Harrison up to 17 points now in the ball game. Samuelson, defended by Harrison, has to reverse it and finishes. Samuelson hit the reverse Uno card. A timeout here for Toronto. We will take the timeout with them. An 85-74 Storm lead. Top youngest teams in the W. And how about those young hoes from Washington, as they like to be called? Yes, that is what they like to be called. Thank you to Lauren Betts on that one. I'm not making it up.
It's been fun watching Washington Mystics and just to talk about the young pieces, how they've been able to come together. But honestly, when you watch, they look like they're having so much fun. They're out there, they play with each other, they move the ball really well. Of course, you have the leadership and you have some of the players that have been there, but from the young standpoint, those young players have really stepped up. Georgia Amore, one of my favorites as far as watching from the SEC.
Yep.
Back from an ACL injury last year, stepped up.
His second day of training camp, goes down with the ACL injury and built her way back. Got to see it firsthand throughout last summer and throughout the first half of this season. Good to see her back on the floor, and what Coach Sidney Johnson and his staff have been able to do. They have caught a lot of people sleeping in big games. You think about the fact they've beaten some of the best teams, some of the top teams in the playoff race, and have themselves in the playoffs.
I think those are stories sometimes that get lost, and even some of these other players that have stepped up and have had some really good seasons, you get lost being in the corners and different places.
Melbourne off the mark from three, and oh yeah, they have Chicago's pick in next year's draft. Loose ball. Fans wanted some whistles. Under a minute to go. There is a whistle, but it's in favor of the tempo. And Storm fans gonna let these officials know, as is Coach Rahman.
Definitely an aggressive play. That was the call that was made. Malunga, I think she did that on purpose. Samuelson, good job getting set, trying to get that charge called. Then we saw a lot of madness until we got to that final foul by Malunga.
Kiki Rice at the line on a new career high and counting. Previous was 19. And Coach Rahman wants the timeout here with 54.7 to play in the fourth, an 85-78 Storm lead. And I think a big thing as well, too, for Coach Rahman was the defensive details. And you can see she has had a shorter sense of acceptance on what she's going to be okay with and what she's not going to be okay with on that end of the floor. As Toronto will get the whistle here. Trying to play the clock. Foul game, score game.
We'll start to see the hot potato from the Seattle side, trying to move the ball to not get fouled.
McGregor returning to the ball game. Isabel Harrison with that rebound, tying a career high 13 rebounds in a ball game. And I think as much as people want to forget how good she is defensively, they forget how good she is offensively as well, too. And they're going to get her on the screening foul.
They're saying it's a moving screen. See right here. Oh, she's moving. Flau'jae tried to come in.
Seattle playing with the clock on their side, almost turn it over. Here's Cook down low, too strong. Malunga. And Seattle, the details. This is where a young team learns how to close with a lead.
Definitely close with the lead and make the right plays. They're lucky that they get another possession. That could have been a costly play.
30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Johnson in the corner. She connects. They're going to say long two. Ten-point lead here for the Storm. Cook with the rebound. Shot clock turned off. Cook getting doubled, and they're going to get a jump ball. But one official already had the timeout. They're going to use the reset timeout.
That shot right there, that was definitely the dagger. Hyder on the side. Flau'jae Johnson, that last possession, foot on the line.
Malunga lays it up and in. I thought she might give us one. I thought she might. And Toronto will just let the clock go as Coach Rahman and Coach Brondello brace at half. And the